Sacramento and Dallas. Domantas Sabonis out for at least a week. He'll be reevaluated with the hamstring injury. See Kyrie Irving, he's playing some great ball right now, but driving to the lane. I know you hate to see this. He makes contact with Jonas Valanciunas and goes down his pain. Look at his left knee. Oh, a hyperextension there. He would shoot the free throws. Then he needed help to get off the floor, and you hope that he's not out for too long. One of the more dynamic players in the NBA. And we know Dallas, they've had a lot of guys drop like flies ever since the Luka Doncic trade, but they're down 10 at the half. Zach LaVine hits at 3, and he's starting to heat up as he was a Western Conference Player of the Week a week ago with Keegan Murray. To me, he's an X factor for Sacramento if they want to move up to the 6th spot. He's a fine young player here as we take a look at the Western Conference standings. And the Warriors now out of the box. It's been a long time since we've seen that, fellas, and they control their destiny into the top 6. The Clippers, though, own the tiebreaker, so if the Clippers win their next game, they'll jump and leapfrog to go to State Warriors in the standings. But right now, they're in 6th. They'll go home happy and out of the box. You see the Dallas Mavericks there at 8. The Kings at 9. They're trying to move up here. Excuse me, the T-Wolves at 8. The Mavericks at 10. Kings are trying to move up the ladder there to play in. So the Warriors handle their business tonight. It gets an inferior opponent in the Charlotte Hornets, and they move up in the standings. And they have a big-time game tomorrow night. So to see them in that 6th spot, it guarantees you a week off and a first-round series, Fezzi.
Well, you just saw the Dallas Mavericks lose Kyrie Irving. That's a huge loss for the Mavericks. This is a really crucial time for a lot of teams in that box. They're really trying to make some strides here. Tonight, the Warriors had a couple scares. One was Steph Curry. Looked like he rolled his ankle, stepping on someone's foot. And you saw GP2 leave the game with a head injury. Then you saw Brandon Pajemski leave the game, come back in with a leg injury, foot injury. I mean, these are crucial times now. Injuries are, for this point of the season, this is something that could cost you the rest of your season. So for the Warriors, they're doing a great job. Steph coming back into the game just shows how important this point in the season is for the Warriors. They're trying to make a run, trying to make a push. Getting some wins are really important because you're tied with the Clippers. If you are tied with the Clippers, then you lose that spot because they are actually they're winning the tie right now. So right now the Warriors are trying to find ways to get wins.
And they played the Clippers the last game of the season. So the Warriors have to finish a game above them to finish above them. Okay, so but to me, they're like the Jeffersons now. They're moving on up, and they got to look. I'm looking at Houston now.
Yes.
Obviously, you don't want to get too far ahead as far as schedule goes. One game at a time, of course. But to me, the more separation you get from the Clippers, and all of a sudden you put pressure on a young Houston team, that's not a dominant team by any stretch of the imagination. They're gifted, they're talented, but they can go on a streak themselves without scoring the basketball. And I don't know what their schedule looks like.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Put some pressure on them, and all of a sudden they may take control of that Houston team.
Right now, Houston's down 13 to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the fourth quarter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I believe, has 45 points. So that could be a loss for Houston. Then they play at Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton and company, who loves to get up and down. Back-to-back. Their schedule, it's a little tough for the Houston Rockets. Right, you can get 5.
You still got to pay attention to your details. But that's the progress report. You made a lot of progress since Jimmy Butler got here. Now you're at 6. Now you don't want to drop back down. That's why tonight, Bonzi asked, what does this mean tonight? Tonight was a big win. Now, it was ugly, but it was a big win. They're out of the box, and I think they really have to focus on trying to climb up this ladder.
If they stack wins and can finish 20-7 over their final 27, they could put themselves in a great spot to win that 5th seed. But in tonight's game, it was ugly, Bully. There's no doubt about that. But we had some tempers flaring up in the third quarter. A little brouhaha. We had a weird technical foul call where you get 2 opportunities on a flagrant to make one. Steve started it off.
No one hates traveling more than Steve Kerr, so that just sets him off.
But the Warriors went on a run. They went on a run after that technical by Steve Kerr, an 8-0 run to go up 11. Then it got a little funky. LaMelo Ball started hitting one-legged threes.
Well, somehow they call that a double foul.
A double foul.
My man
Draymond's hand.
My man Solana here got called for a foul.
So Draymond's 12th technical, his second flagrant foul this season. But you need 16 to get suspended. I think Draymond Green will stay away from that 16 technical because he knows how important these games are. But it was just a weird call. We were all confused in the break room, Fezzi.
Yeah, there's a few weird calls lately. I'm not going to lie. But first, it starts off with the travel. It's a very clear travel right in front of the ref. LaMelo Ball throws the ball in, and it starts this off. He gets to get a score in that possession. I just say for the Warriors right now, controlling your temper at this point in the season is really important for everybody. It's important for Draymond. The team really needs him. They need his defense. They need his ability to play make. They need Jimmy Butler in the game. Health is really important for the team right now. But I just really love the way that they really took control of the second half. I love the fact that the role players came in and stepped up. Buddy Hield had a big game. Brandon Podziemski had a big end of the game. So these are things that you need, and you need to figure out the rotation here, and you need all the guys in the game to figure out the rotation.
But I think what you said was it was more confusing than anything else.
Right.
If they would have just called a foul on Draymond, then there's no review. There's not all that confusion going on. But
Mark Lindsay was trying to win an Academy Award, man.
Yeah,
he's in that screen.
but on a night where they struggle from the field, I mean, it's a pretty amazing stat. They shoot 42% from the field. Mm-hmm. They have 32 assists. So the ball's popping. Mm-hmm. Again, to me, incredibly fitting Jimmy Butler, who's basically an isolation player, with the ball movement. That's been incredible. It's been a seamless transition. So to me, again, this was a nice win. And the fact that Steph played 30 minutes, Jimmy 30, Draymond 28, they got enough work in, but they should be fresh for tomorrow against the Knicks.
And Fezzi fell and Bully, 9 turnovers tonight for the Golden State Warriors. As you take a look at the
16-4 plus
stat,
12 PLTO.
Yep. There
big
you go.
Stat.
Team stat comparison. That's been a big stat for them ever since Jimmy Butler has been acquired from the Miami Heat. How about that? 21 of 24 from the free throw line. So you're taking care of the basketball. You're dishing it out for assist numbers. The steals, they're a +7 when it came to steals, and they didn't shoot the 3 ball all that great, just 36% from the 3-point line tonight. But they do get the win to improve to 2-1 on this 5-game road trip. Let's hear from the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, presented by BMW.
What'd you like about the game tonight?
I like the way we responded in the late third, early fourth. We didn't have much rhythm to the game for most of the night, and we finally broke through. And wasn't pretty, but we did what we had to do, and important win. And now we move on.
Move to 6th, obviously a long way to go, but how significant is it that you set the goal of, 6 and then get there relatively quickly?
Yeah, it's fantastic. But obviously everybody's bunched together, 5 teams within a game of each other or so. So we can't take too much time to celebrate. We got another game tomorrow, and, we could very easily find ourselves in 9th tomorrow. I don't know. So we just got to keep going.
How much different are you offensively when Buddy's hitting threes like that off the bench? Podziemski hit, I think, 4 or 5.
Well, I mean, it's really huge deal for us when we get Moses, Buddy, BP. When those guys are knocking down threes, it really does change everything. Other teams try to do everything to take Steph away. They were top locking him the entire night tonight, and playing off of, Gary, Draymond, Loon. So yeah, we need other guys to step up and knock down some shots. I thought Buddy his second half was fantastic.
Can you just talk to Steph and Jimmy's fit thus far through the games that Jimmy has played? This morning when Steph was asked at shoot around about it, said they're polar opposites. But that's what helps.
Yeah.
That's what works. Can you just discuss what you've seen as implemented in this?
I think they complement each other really well. Jimmy's a phenomenal all-around basketball player, two-way player. He's at his best when the ball is moving. I think we can do a better job of getting him involved by not letting the ball stick early in possessions. If he can get it on the backside of a possession, after it's moved 3 or 4 times, he's unstoppable on that drive, and he creates so much for his teammates. I thought the first half it was catch and hold. He wasn't engaged. He wasn't involved. And that's on us as a team. We have to play with ball movement and flow and rhythm. And so it's still a work in progress, but I love Jimmy's fit here. I think he's perfect next to Steph and Dre, and it's showing. Obviously, I think we're 8-1 since we got him with him in the lineup. That's not by accident.
All right, that's Steve Kerr there, as we're always tracking for success, courtesy of our great friends at MyFitnessPal. And make LaMelo a one-man band. He did have his 25 points, but 8 of 21 from the floor, 4-9 from the three-point line, Willie.
Low efficiency. I thought they did a good job putting pressure on him. He made I mean, LaMelo is just an incredible, talented player, but it's amazing. You know, he'll go miss 3 free throws and then hit a one-legged contested three-point shot off the glass. It's like it's kind of crazy to watch, but there's no question about his talent. Still learning to win in the NBA.
9 rebounds, 7 assists, but 6 turnovers. And the free throw line, the Warriors did well, Fezzi fell, and then the Hornets dropped a 4-38 when Shirley got the half.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Charlotte Hornets, they are a capable team. They can beat you on any given night, right? They just beat the Lakers, it was 10 games ago. But
they got 14 wins.
Well, no, actually, they lost 7 in a row. It's been a while.
No, it's been a while. But they beat the Los Angeles Lakers. Right. Like I said, they're the hottest team in the league, the Lakers are. And I thought the Warriors did a better job in the second half. First half was really janky. The offense they were holding the ball. They weren't really getting the assist and really those easy shots that you normally get in the Warriors offense. The Charlotte Hornets did a great job of posting up Jimmy, not posting him up, doubling him on the post. You had the big man come over, so the Warriors couldn't get those easy lobs to him. So you play all those guys, Brandon Pajemski, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, they're all great playmakers. You play those guys with Jimmy so that he can create shots. Put Moses Moody in that lineup because he can make shots. So you have a perfect balance right there. So what Steve Kerr is saying right there is you got to move the ball. You got to trust the offense. You got to play in flow. And those are the things that they just got to continue to work on. And with Jimmy in and out of the lineup so far, it just was a night where they had to readjust to having him back.
I'll tell you what, on a night where they kind of struggled, they get 32 assists on 40 made field goals, and the ball's not moving. That's really impressive.
It's a very clunky game.
But that's impressive numbers on a night when you struggle, don't shoot the 3 ball, and you moved up to the 6 spot.
Yeah, and Steph Curry with his 8th double-double of the season, 10 assists. He had 9 in the first half. All good with the Golden State Warriors as we're flying above the rim, courtesy of OAK.
Who is it?
It's not a member of the Golden State Warriors.
That's nasty.
Smiles British. That is filthy.
Can I just say, I mean, before you yell it, I really miss Jonathan Kuminga.
I do too.
I was going to yell it. I can't yell it until he comes back.
All right.
Is OAK, is there a direct